So I wanted to go ahead and make a quick video. I went ahead and bought a BeatStep Pro over the last week or so, and I had a couple of issues going ahead and getting this set up in various DAWs. So I figured out how to go ahead and get it set up in Logic Pro and in Reason 11. So I was just going to go ahead and review those settings really quick. I wasn't able to go ahead and find much information out there on YouTube in regards to it. So here we want to go to Project Settings. Let's go ahead and start from a blank slate. So first we want to go ahead and create 3 tracks. Alright, we'll just go ahead and set one of these to a drum kit. So from here you want to go to File, Project Settings, Recording, select that, and then you want to go ahead and select this option for Auto Demix by Channel if multi-track recording. So after you go ahead and click that, you want to go ahead and click the record button on each one of these tracks, and then you want to go into this track, go to the drop down. Under MIDI channel, the BeatStep Pro is configured to have MIDI channels 1, 2, and 10. 1 is the first sequencer, 2 is the second sequencer, and 10 is the drum kit. So now that we got those enabled, we want to go over here to Preferences, and we want to go to Advanced Tools. If these 2 boxes are not checked, and all my settings are going to be configured because I just configured this, but you want to go ahead and check these 2 boxes to go ahead and display the pans for these 2 items, MIDI and Control Surfaces. So under Control Surfaces, you want to go to Sync, and then you want to go to MIDI Sync Project Settings. What you want to do here is go ahead and select the Arturia, BeatStep Pro, that option. Click the clock right over here, and then down here we want to go ahead and select this Listen to MIDI Machine Control MMC input. Alright, now all you have to do is, exit out of here. You want to go to Control Surfaces, you want to go ahead and select Setup. Alright, and from here, if you were to go ahead and add a new one, you want to go ahead and add, you want to go to New, click Install, and then you want to find the Mackie Control Logic, the Mackie Control Logic Control, and then you would just click Add. I already have it set up, so there's no need to go ahead and do that, but so under Output Port, you want to go ahead and select the option that has BeatStep Pro In Editor. And then for the input port, you're going to do the opposite of that. You're going to select the one that has BeatStep Pro Out Editor. Then down here, under the flip mode, I went ahead and selected Swap, and it seems to be working fine. So those are all the settings. All right, now to go ahead and demonstrate it working. Right here is a drum track. And then if we were to go ahead and set up sequencer 1 and sequencer 2. I also want to note too that there's a sync button on the BeatStep Pro. I go ahead and have that put on the int setting instead of the USB. If it's on the USB, it acts as a slave, which just doesn't work correctly for me. So that's how you go ahead and set up in Logic Pro. All right, now I want to go ahead and review how to go ahead and set it up in Reason 11. So somebody went ahead and set up the control mapping for this, and I went ahead and watched a video tutorial on Reason 10 for a Windows machine on this, but basically I'll post the link in the description. You just go down here, there's a download link. I just go ahead and select the generic controller MIDI channel, remote codec version 1.1.1. So after you go ahead and download that, so you want to go to your library folder within your user account, and then you go to Application Support, go down here to Propeller Head Software, and then you're going to see a remote folder. And then you just want to go ahead and drag what's extracted out of that zip file. You want to drag the codecs and the maps folders into that folder. Again, that's it's not your system library, it's your user library. So after that, you can go ahead and open up Reason. And then in Reason, you want to go up here to Preferences. You can select that, you go to Control Surfaces, and again, I have all this set up, so it's not really, but you know, I'm going to go through the exact same process. You want to go ahead and select Add Manually, click Other, and then here you want to go ahead and select the generic controller on MIDI channel 1. And then you can name that whatever you want to name it, and then in the import, you want to go ahead and select the BeatStep Pro option. So you just do that, you click OK. Which I'm going to delete that because that's what I already have. And then you want to add manually, and that's for the first sequencer, which is going to be on channel 1. You want to do Other again, so the second sequencer is going to be on channel 2. So again, you just do that, name it what you want to name it, and then you want to go ahead and select this option from the drop-down. And then there is one for the drum track, which would be channel 10. Same process, name it whatever you want to name it to remind yourself that it's the drum track, and then go ahead and select the BeatStep Pro option in the drop-down. It's going to go ahead and prompt you with some warnings. Don't worry about those, just click OK. And then the last thing that I did, which was recommended on the other YouTube video that's already out there, was to go ahead and configure the generic controller 3 and make this your, your BSP control. And same process, just select that. So I have all these set up. Let me go ahead and demonstrate it really quick. So you want to go ahead and get 3 instruments, really whatever you want to use. Instruments, do that, and we'll add that. So here, within your rack, you want to go ahead and right-click each instrument, and then you want to go ahead and, where's it at? Oh, I'm sorry. Down here, you want to go ahead and select whatever track you want it to be. So here, I'm going to do this one with the drums. Here, I'm going to do this one with sequencer 1, and then here, I will do sequencer 2. All right, and then just to demonstrate that working on the BeatStep. 1 second, preferences, audio. It sounds totally terrible, but it's just go ahead and demonstrate that there's sound coming out of each track on from the BeatStep. That's it. Hope this was helpful.